You need to get the Gorgafex ASAP. It's one of the best wonder weapons in Black Ops 6 Zombies. Let me show you how to get it. And all I ask is for you to hit that follow button. The first thing you need to do is power on the particle accelerator by destroying these purple crystals around this area. Once you do that, the room will turn blue, and then you can move on to the next step. The next step requires you heading back to the mutant research lab. Once you do that, you're going to have to find 2 computers. One is next to Deadshot Daiquiri, and another one is across from PhD Flopper. Once you find these computers, they're going to have a static screen with a word pop up on it. What you need to do is look at these computer screens, and it's going to be a word that pops up. Once you see the word, you're going to take the first letter of each word and combine it together. I had a T and an E. Once I got that combination of letters, I go to the periodic chart of elements and I find my element that represents T and E. And for me, my code was 52. Once we made it into the research lab, now it's our job to fill up the cyst. What we have to do is fill up the cyst with 3 spider souls and 3 zombie souls. Once we do that, we're ready for the next step. The next step on getting the Gorgafex, you have to charge the cyst. So you have to make your way to the flower room on Tower 1. And there's these big tall flowers that shoot spores. Once you approach it, your hand will pop out with the cyst and it will start charging the cyst. You're going to start seeing a health bar go down. Once it goes down, you move on to the next one and you have to do it 3 times total. Once you finish all 3 flowers and charge the cyst, your cyst logo will change and then you can move on to the next step. Make your way to the Forsaken room, and what you need to do is you need to activate 4 switches to charge up the cube that is trapping the Forsaken. By doing this, you have to hit 4 switches that say initiate power surge in order for you to power the cube, but you have to do it quickly. If you don't do it, then obviously the power won't turn on. Once you complete this, an Uber Klaus will spawn, and now you're all ready for the next step. So now, once you summon the Uber Klaus, you have to pretty much shoot off its shoulder pads and lead him to the center of the Forsaken. So now, once you do that, you'll get the coolest transition in Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, where you get the Forsaken soul that gets transferred into the Uber Klaus. So now it's the Forsaken Klaus that you now have to defeat. For the final part of getting the wonder weapon, what you need to do is defeat the Forsaken. Now, it's similar to an Uber Klaus, where you're going to have to destroy the mech suit first, and then you got to destroy the core. Once you do that, you'll be able to receive the Gorgafex in your hand. What I would honestly suggest is grab Juggernaut, grab an upgraded gun, make sure to grab at least the shields up for gobble gun protection, and make sure